the Fox 61 Weather Watch with meteorologist Ryan Breton.
Somebody lucky enough to see totality tomorrow is Ryan Breton, making the trip up north tomorrow. You look excited?
I'm very excited. It'll be worth the lack of sleep tonight.
Exactly.
Tomorrow's going to be a long day, but it's a really once-in-a-lifetime type thing.
Exactly.
So.
And you can see a little bit of it today, for tomorrow.
Tomorrow, yeah. So you're going to need these glasses, though, no matter where you're viewing them. And put them on.
Okay, here we go.
Folks at home, if you have these at home.
I don't see anything.
I cannot really even see our studio lights.
No.
So that just goes to show
how
strong the sun is. And when you're looking through these during the eclipse tomorrow, what you'll gradually see is the moon covering up the sun.
Wow.
So you'll see a little sliver of it if you look through these glasses at 3:27 tomorrow afternoon.
And if you don't wear them, you could really damage your eyes.
Yes.
So it's really important.
And sometimes you don't even realize you're damaging your eyes. Your retinas, you may not feel it.
Until it's too late.
Yeah, super important. If you have some extras, pass them around to friends too. Good idea for that tomorrow. Here's a look at the timeline for us here locally. This all gets started at about 2:13 in the afternoon when the moon begins covering up part of the sun. Then the peak right about 3:27. And we'll have more than 90% of the sun covered here in Connecticut. And then this ends by about 4:30. Now, if you're wondering, it will not get dark here. You really need to be in the totality for it to get totally dark. But the sun will appear a little dim. And believe it or not, as I'll show you in a second, the temperature may actually drop a couple degrees as this all happens. We're kind of lucking out. There's a big storm that's sitting here offshore, and then there's another one in the Midwest. So we're kind of threading the needle tomorrow. The clouds will be getting close during the time of the eclipse, but I think that for much of New England, we should be in pretty good shape. This is that totality zone over northern New England. And you can see there will be some high-level clouds, I think, that come in. These are like 35,000 feet up where the planes fly. So I think they'll be thin enough that you can still see everything through them. But the clouds do get thicker over central New York and parts of Pennsylvania. They may have a little bit more trouble seeing it there. For us tonight, it's mostly clear. Temperatures dropping into the 30s. For tomorrow, a mix of sunshine and high clouds. It actually is a mild day tomorrow. We get up into the 60s, but the temperature could drop a little bit as all of this unfolds. We'll show you that in a second. This is noontime tomorrow. It's still mostly sunny. And then some of the cloudiness from the west does spread in during the eclipse. But again, I think a lot of this is relatively thin cloud cover. Some of this is a little bit thicker, but that should hold off until toward and after the eclipse. But all in all, really can't complain. Could be a lot worse in early April around here. And here's the temperature trend. We may see the temperature dip at least a couple of degrees because this eclipse is happening at the time of day when we're usually hitting our high temperature, and then it may bounce back up a little bit tomorrow evening. So keep an eye on your thermometer. That might be kind of fun to watch, and we'll follow up with you on whether or not that pans out. High temperatures, though, tomorrow either way are up into the 60s, 59 in Groton. Then on Tuesday, it's warm. For one day, we get into the low 70s, especially in central and western Connecticut, cooler on the shoreline. And that's as this front starts to come down from the northeast. That turns us cooler for Wednesday, Thursday, and maybe even Friday. But this also brings in another round of rain. So enjoy the sunshine while we have it these next couple of days. It looks cooler with a chance for showers on Wednesday. And then another big storm system gets going over the middle of the country, as you'll see here. And it looks quite wet Thursday and Friday. No snow with this storm anywhere in New England. Storm track well to the west, and it doesn't reform into a new storm or anything like that, like the one we saw last week. So we'll be dealing with rain, it looks like, for the end of the week, and it will get pretty damp around here. Tomorrow stands out, though, as a pretty good day, a mix of sunshine and high clouds. We're in the upper 60s. Then for Tuesday, it's warmer, low 70s for one day. Cooler on Wednesday with clouds, showers, and then it looks wet for Thursday and Friday. May have a gusty southerly wind, too, depending on how that storm pans out. We'll have to see as we get closer to it, but Friday does look quite windy. At the moment, next weekend looks drier. Sorry about that, just dropped the clicker, but a little breezy on Saturday. Bridget, back.